I need it.
No.
Stay back there.
No.
Come here.
No.
I need it. Beth, I'm practicing.
What?
I got a new lens.
So you had stuff like that. Are you filming?
No, not at all. Of course not. What? So many.
This is not audio, is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, but I'm not going to use it.
Do a clap again.
Why?
Just clap. That's how you sync the audio.
Oh.
Okay. Now you have to introduce yourself
Okay.
and your title.
My name is Joanna Stevens, and I'm the curator for the Battle of Franklin Trust.
Lovely. My name is Beth Truscott, and I'm the collections manager for the Battle of Franklin Trust. All right, so usually on a daily basis, I'm cataloging objects, and with that, when I'm cataloging, I'm doing a lot of data entry, and when I'm finished with that, I have to hand record in a accession log, and my goal on a weekly basis is to upload that data onto our server, which is then going to be transferred to, I gotta stop. So our ultimate goal is to put as much of our collection online for others to do
You
research.
sound so
Is that good?
professional.
That's
Yes.
just a little bit,
You really
but
do
yes.
sound so professional.
that was that.
On a daily basis, I have to be honest, I don't have a lot of standard things that I do every single day. The biggest part that I do would probably be responding to inquiries about people wanting to donate objects, research requests, people asking about using our materials. We try to always make things available, like Beth was talking about. We want to make everything accessible in terms of objects, research, papers, archival materials, all that fun stuff. I do a lot of research for exhibits. I think the fun of what I do most days is really that you never know what's going to come through the door.
And then
Oh, Lord, our soap! I forgot. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love it so much. Where's the label?
Is it gone?
2015.70. I'm going to go get it. Hold on now. One of my favorite objects.
Made at Shiloh. Is
Have
it
we
during the
tried it?
Battle of Shiloh?
On the same day
As the battle.
of
Somebody was
Shiloh.
making it and somebody kept it.
Oh, it's so ridiculous, but I love it so much. So this was taped. Look, see, you see a little tape?
Right
So
there.
the label was taped. Isn't that just
It's
best?
so, that's
I love it so
kitschy.
much.
It's so, I love it.
It's so ridiculous, but I just love it.
That's our life.
It is. That is our life. I started it, and I've worked here continually since 2006.
And
a lot
I
of years.
started in 2012 after moving back to the area.
2006. The sites, Carter House and Carnton, were two separate physical sites, and my office was at Carnton, if you can call it an office. We were in a double-wide trailer, and so our goal was to run people through the house, do the best we could. We had very limited resources. And then the joining of the two sites, acquired property there, torn down houses, moved houses, reclaimed battlefields. So a lot of physical changes that people can see. But in terms of what I do, we've joined the artifact collections of the two sites, which is a huge change.
For me.
Yes.
It's been
exactly.
a chore.
Exactly. And
It's
so
been a big
that's been
chore.
a huge part of what Beth and I have done together.
And because she was by herself, she didn't have the day-to-day time to spend on the paperwork, making sure that each object had a number on it, and it was in a journal, and it was in the system and past perfect.
Every single thing that is in either home has a number on it somewhere. And so we can prove where it is, when it was, how we got it as best we can.
Yep.
It's a hard balance to, when you're talking about historic homes, to furnish a house as it really would have been in the 19th century versus safely furnishing a room for 25 tourists to walk through. So we try to get a good balance of all of that with how we furnish the homes and what we use to furnish the homes. Aside from the budget, which is probably the biggest factor in all of that.
Always.
Sometimes we've rearranged rooms and redone furnishing based on the season, based on the anniversary of historic events. Like for the 150th anniversary of the Battle of Franklin, we at Carnton moved all the furniture to the sides of the rooms and stacked them haphazardly on top of one another to really make it look like it perhaps would have when they came in and they made way for surgery.
She was a little more
So-
enthusiastic about that than me. I was having a little bit of a heart palpitation because we really did stack it
Do you
up.
have a favorite piece that you've acquired? Or something you want to get?
Oh, we have lots we want to get.
Yeah, we have lots of stuff.
We have a
wanna
big
get.
list of things that we'd like to
Space,
do.
you can't get anything.
Oh, we can always make more space.
Yeah, and we'd love to conserve a lot of the things that
Yes.
we do have. If we
Yes.
that would probably be our wish list if we
Yes.
had the lottery, that we would conserve the things that we have already so that we could put them out or rotate them. I don't know. My favorite object at Carter House right now is probably a loan item, so we don't actually own it. It's a bullet riddled press.
The cabinet.
And I just love that so much because we knew it existed, but we'd never seen it till a couple of years ago. So it pretty much left here, went to there, and came back.
It hadn't gone far.
And then for
It's
it
never
to
left
come
front
in the
door.
front door and go back into the room that we think it was in. We're not positive, but we think it was in that room.
We do? No way. I think it's in the other room.
You think it's in the other room?
How are they getting bullet damage in that far room?
It's those Yankees firing at the Confederates.
No. No. I think my favorite Carter House piece is probably the scrap of floor cloth that I found.
Yeah.
The threshold that goes between the hall and the parlor at Carter House was
Yeah.
really worn down because everybody had walked over it, and it was
Coming up.
a little rough looking. We noticed at one point little fibers sticking out from that, and we thought, oh boy, I wonder if there's something underneath that. And so I called someone over. He actually very carefully pried it up, and underneath was a strip.
We can show it to you.
Not that long.
at some
Yeah, I can
point.
pull it out.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah, you
angle
can
of this
see.
coming, and you can see the color
Uh-huh.
right here. But just look at the brightness.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So it really shows the absolute best cross section. Oh, so the top of this piece, which repeats over here, but do you see that? So this has this, but it's missing the top. Well, the top is here. And I took a picture of it together. I've got a bunch, but it's what we used for the cover. So,
Here, I'm partial to my silver, so, and we don't really show it. We do have a couple of pieces out, but I love Carrie McGavick's. I just got to be a
Yes.
sucker.
Oh, you showed her.
Well, and the other one that we just got in.
The beads.
So we could show you like McGavick silver. We have lots of McGavick silver. It's up here.
You're the only one that thinks that silver is interesting.
It's so wonderful. It's a lot of silver.
Yeah. There's that crazy olive spoon too. Everybody's gotta have an olive spoon, See how you can stick it in there?
Oh.
Or then you pick it up and it drains all the juice.
The books. Oh, the book, John's book, where he says, James, you
You're
can help us
crazy
with
about
this.
that book, though.
I love that book.
I mean, it's cool.
I like
don't
it.
know.
I hit the table.
Because the microphone's there.
Bye. Did I do it? Fix it?
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're
Just don't
fine.
hit it anymore.
So James, the book that says John McGavick, Confederate States of America, how does it go?
Contemplates Southern Confederacy.
Southern Confederacy, Tennessee.
It leads you to
It's
believe
weird.
that shortly
It's
after
weird.
the fall of Donaldson, that
Yeah.
he's like changing his mind. That vote that maybe he voted the first time, maybe he's got a little change of heart if he's saying Confederate States of America. But I love the story of Tennessee because we vote and then we don't like our vote, so we vote again to get the right answer, or they think it's the right answer. So that's hilarious. And I don't
Yes,
know if he's at
exactly.
the second one or not.
But then
But
we're also the first ones to scurry back.
yeah, last one's out, first one's in.
Exactly.
Makes me
Well,
feel
you know
better
what?
as a native Tennessean.
That's
Anyway.
terrible.
It is. Go
Okay,
USA.
I was thinking something fun that we have is our bloody handkerchief.
Yes, she loves Randall
I
McGavick.
do love
Not
the
Daddy.
bloody handkerchief.
Redheaded.
Oh Lord, she doesn't
Handsome.
even know about Randall W.
We got a teacher.
So Randall William, I just call him Randall W.
Yes.
He joins the 10th Tennessee. He was prolific
Right.
diarist, I guess. And so he had a lot of travels before the war as well, and his journals were published
Scandalous.
in a book called Pen and Sword. And so he attended Harvard, his journal from Harvard, 1850
Something.
or other. And then he also did a European tour.
Scandalous.
And
Was it scandalous?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
he journals all about his time there. He has a cameo made of himself while in Italy, which still exists. It's amazing.
Beautiful.
For real. I mean, it really is incredible. So
Doesn't
anyway,
crush on
he's
him.
just no.
But he's attractive. He's just
He's
got
not
bad
attractive.
manners. He's got bad
okay?
manners.
No. Remember his entries in the diary? He's constantly sleeping with prostitutes.
he's-
so
he's-
So
no.
this is in brothels.
Yes,
Yeah.
he writes right in there. So, long story short, Randall W. is killed during the Vicksburg campaign. And we have a couple of his personal possessions. We have his traveling case, which is in the collection, which is really incredible. I mean, just over the top,
Beautiful.
fanciful. When he died, the story is his friend, Patrick Griffin, took the handkerchief from his breast pocket and soaked it in his, as it says, still warm blood to send
have it.
to
Yes.
his mother. And we have it.
Back there?
It's yeah.
Yep.
Here's a bloody handkerchief.
Yes.
Wow.
It's just one of those things from the 19th century that was actually really common. And it's so foreign to us today.
Kind of like proof of life, but proof of
Right.
death.
You know, but
Yeah.
just that he was with him and just...
It was sad. It was sad.
It was very sad.
Very
It's
moving, very
sad.
personal.
Any last words for the fans?
We need more people to work in history. We need more people to do this kind of work. We need more young people to understand the importance of material culture. We laugh and call
Yes.
it our dead guys,
We
but
do.
because everybody's deceased. But it's been just such a cool challenge to try to put it all together. That's the way it is, you know, at every historic site. It's just a wonderful privilege to get to touch this stuff and to work with the objects and artifacts. And I think that's probably one of the reasons I went into the business, is because I didn't like the behind the ropes. You can't go there. I wanted to always go there.
Like I said at the beginning, you never know what you're going to get. Although a lot of people think history is boring and it's stagnant, I think that's because they just didn't learn it right.
Right?
Because there's always something new to learn, and there's always something new to see, and that's what keeps it fresh and interesting, and it keeps us telling stories and learning and reading. And you know, who would have thought you could read a letter from 200 years ago and learn something?
We should get that one of the guy in the cemetery and read that or show it to her.
Oh, that's a good one too.
It's a really good one. Anything else?
I don't know. You got anything else to say?
We better stop. Lori's gonna be coming up here.
Yeah, Laura's gonna come
Give us money so
We can show you the
conserve.
we can show you the bloody handkerchief later.
Yes. Yeah. Objects.
Yay!